Hello everybody and welcome back to TJ's Lego Room. And today we're going to be looking at an archive ship that I've had for a while. It's finally time to disassemble it. I'm just running out of room. Need to make some space for some other things. This is an odd ship because it's just a whole bunch of concepts all put together. So I'll go ahead and get a rotation here. My little rotation thing got stepped on by a couple kids. And so got to try to rebuild it, and I can't remember how I did it, but here you go. So as you go around, you can see the engines are a little bit different. I had some different ideas for that. It's got this big thing off the back, but the reason for that is, well, I'll just go ahead and show you now. The propeller sections on the side actually rotate. So it can, wow, it's really tight for some reason. Alright, so it can rotate a full 360 degrees, so no problem there. And the idea is that it was a vertical takeoff ship. So this was kind of designed a little bit after the helicarrier. You can kind of get a little bit of a vibe from that, especially when I give you a look from the side. But this is I don't know what this would be used for, honestly. I have no idea. This was just a completely made up ship out of nowhere. Oh, that's kind of cool. You can kind of see the profile of the ship from underneath. It's kind of neat looking. Anyway, we'll go ahead and get an actual look here. So there you go. So it looks like from above. Come down on the side here. So it's pretty thin. It's pretty streamlined. I guess I kind of imagined it being powered by a whole bunch of other things like, kind of like Iron Man stuff. But I'll just kind of go through a few of the features here. So I showed you the rotating fans. Cockpit uses one of these giant bubbles. And there's actually some pretty cool... oh, shoot. Sorry, I just washed it. I thought I cleaned it all off. Sorry about that. So we've got some stuff inside. We've got one sticker, a couple of control panels. But the really cool part is that this whole thing is actually slid forward, and it's actually hollow underneath. So let's go ahead and take a look. So it's actually got this giant turbine up here, and I'll go ahead and show you what that is in just a second. Looks like another one of my forward laser cannons came off. So it's a laser cannon or arc repulsor. I think I was trying to design this so that it could be just with changing some colors into a little bit cooler ship rather than the brown. But then when I started using these pieces, these are Hailfire droid rings from the newer version of the set that came with Boba Fett. And I really liked these, and so I kept the brown because it matched. But I'll show you how these dishes are put together in just a minute. But the really fun part about this ship was the forward cannon. So it had a little teeny repulsor or a light or something right there, but what it could do is flip up. And there you go. You've got a giant forward cannon on the thing. What I ended up doing as well is turning this into an orbital bombardment kind of thing, or a high altitude hovering bombarder. So you'd actually slide it down like this, and then you could actually play with it by spinning this. And it could bomb stuff from super high altitude. But then, of course, it also could fire forwards. You know, this whole thing was rotating. So the front forks actually hold this cannon, which is kind of fun. So it just flips on two hinges just right there. So, yep, it's pretty exciting. I had a lot of fun designing this. Threw these little canisters on just for fun. Lots of grills, lots of vents. And then these spring-loaded missiles actually can flip up like that just to get a little bit extra clearance on the thing. So it can get past, because when they were down, you know, they're pretty close and would actually hit the ship. But when they were up, they would actually miss. Sorry, you can't see it there, but yeah, there we go. Just like that. Engines, nothing super fancy. Obviously with the colors you can tell that I wasn't 100% committed to making that work, but I liked the shaping, and this is an experimental craft. Kind of never got worked on after the initial construction, but still had fun with it. I still like it. I think it had some neat ideas on it, especially the cockpit. Here, I'll show you this underneath. So the cockpit's right there. So it comes up and forward, but you can see there's a lot of negative space in there to make room for the cannon, like that. And so the whole front end is pretty thin right there. So anyway, just thought it might be fun to show this off real quick. Oh, I was going to show you how I got these dishes together. Let's go ahead and do that. So these are really weak connection points because it is just on those 4 studs on the rotation right there. But if I take this off, you can kind of see. So we used the upper brackets, and then that was actually perfect to mount these two together because they're 1 stud tall, each of these, and then 1 stud height on when you go sideways is equal to 1 stud sideways and a bracket, and so it fit perfectly. And then I was able to just use a Technic triple pin right there, so they actually don't move inside. I didn't want them to because I wanted to get them into a good position and just leave them there so that they looked really nice inside. And then you just align that up, boom, and there you go. You got a nice little dish. Obviously, if they ever come out with something similar, or if you can find a way to put some pieces around the outside with some transparent ones of these, it works pretty good. But I just loved the way that turned out, because it almost looked like the fan was connected to this, and so the whole thing spun kind of thing, so you couldn't hit things with it and damage your rotors. Anyway, and that is this little mock. I'm not really sure what it would be from or what universe it would fit in, but you know, I built it, and there it is. Thanks so much for checking it out, and we'll catch you next time in TJ's Lego Room. Bye.